Hey guys, in this video I'll be showing you how to create a cut and fill surface just like the one that you're seeing on the screen right now. So in order to create a cut and fill surface, we first need two surfaces that we can compare against each other to calculate the cut and fill volumes and areas. So as you can see here in my tool space, I have two surfaces. One is EGL, the existing ground level surface, and one is FGL, the finished ground level surface. And so let's just take a look at what these two surfaces look like in the object viewer. So if I just select these two surfaces and click on object viewer, you can see that this is what the two surfaces look like. So essentially I've created a building platform and applied grading around the perimeter of this platform. And you can see that we have a little bit of cut here and fill around these sides of the building platform. And creating a cut and fill surface really isn't that hard. Most of the work is simply creating your finished ground level surface. So in order to create a cut and fill surface, all we need to do is come here to the tool space, right click on surfaces and click on create surface. And then here we go to this drop down and we select tin volume surface. And let's give it a name such as cut and fill. And if we come here, we can select the base surface. In this case, it is going to be the existing ground level surface. And here we select the comparison surface, which is going to be our finished ground levels surface. Here we can also specify the cut and fill factors. For today, I'm just going to leave this as 1 for both cut and fill. So for the style, we can select a style from the menu here by clicking on these 3 dots. And I'm using the Australia and New Zealand country kit. And so I have a predefined list of styles. And for today, I'm just going to be selecting the ANZ analysis elevation bracket 2D. And for the render material, I'm just going to leave it as by layer for now. And we can change this later. Okay, cool. So now you can see that our cut and fill surface has been created. However, right now it's just a bunch of colors and we'd like to know what these colors actually mean. So if I click on the cut and fill surface and I go to surface properties, and so here you can see Civil 3D has opened up the surface properties dialog box for me, and this is where we can extract more information from our cut and fill surface. So let's just say I want the number of ranges to be something like 3. And if I go here and click on this arrow, you can see that it will run the analysis. And so here you can see that the most amount of cut we're getting is negative 0.267 meters, and the most amount of fill that we're getting is 1.1 meters. So if I drag this over a little bit and I hit apply, you can see that these colors are now showing up on our cut and fill surface. And you can also adjust these values here. So I can change this to 0. And so now red will only represent cut. And then I can adjust this value here so that rows 2 and rows 3 only represent fill. And I can also change these colors here as well. So I could change this to something like, another green. And I can perhaps change this to a darker shade of green. And if I hit apply again, you can see that our cut and fill surface has been updated. And let's say you want to create a cut and fill plan that shows the information provided to us in our analysis that we just ran. So if you want to do that, just click on the cut and fill surface and go here to add legend. Then you can come over here and click on elevations. And if you want the table to update while you're changing the surface, you can select dynamic and then just select the origin of that table, and you can see that the information about our cut and fill surface is being shown in this table here. You can get further information about the cut and fill surface by clicking on the cut and fill surface, going to Volumes Dashboard, which will open up this dialog box here. And right now you can see that our cut and fill surface hasn't been added to this Volumes Dashboard. So all you need to do is go to this button here and click on the Add Volume Surface button. Then we'll just select our cut and fill surface. And if I just expand this a little bit, you can see that it's providing some information about the area of the earthworks, the cut volume in cubic meters, the fill volume, as well as the net volume of earthworks. And so you can see that we barely have any cut here, and it's mostly fill, which is what we'd expect considering the levels of our finished ground levels surface. So yeah, that's it for this video, and that's how you create a cut and fill surface in Civil 3D. And I hope this video was useful to you, and thank you for watching.